Peace, peace, and blessings. Safo, the Success Scholar. Haki Shakur me. Thank you for tuning in, listening in. Oh man, I am learning. So, I just had the past 2 weeks has been probably the most busiest 2 weeks of my life, the most progressive career-wise, as well as the most enlightening. So just last week, actually 2 weeks ago, I was in Miami for the African American Film Festival. So that was very, very dope. Had a decent time, met some interesting people, and got some good knowledge, got some good insights, and connected with some of my allies, that have been there both before, as well as new allies that I need to follow up with. So, so it's just interesting. And then I went to the NNPA conference here back in Maryland at the Gaylord. Met some black media individuals, so that was quite interesting. Just watched and learned, observed, and yes, I paid a good little piece of change to attend that one, to be in the mix, and listen and learn, and so my what I thought sincerely and what I know for sure is that things are gonna absolutely change, definitely. Sometimes you read the right books, you show up at the right places, and you achieve different levels of success. So I'll expand in terms of what I mean by black conscious media, black media, and white media. Now, there are some who have been critical of other media outlets, right? Certainly in the DMV in Baltimore, as well as online. These different, it used to be blog shows, but now people do various live screenings, various videos, screenings to Ustream, and they generally have offered critiques of black media, right? Talking about who's not bringing real source of knowledge, or not bringing consciousness to our community, or not bringing what they perceive as consciousness. Well, I'll say that some of these black media folk, black conscious media, that are overwhelmingly criticizing these other media outlets, they're not truly conscious. They're not truly conscious, because with the work I've done, certainly in the DMV, I just say over the past 2 years, you would think these scrubs would, have me on a little bit more. Not just me, but, certain pieces of information, that I've marketed, certain events, So you have Negroes talking about they black and conscious who are not really conscious. And just an example, rather recently, yesterday, we had the Black Friday film screening, right? We had the Black Friday film screening. And you would think, after all of our support of these so-called conscious media outlets, after all I've done, and the knowledge that I have, and these scrubs, some of them, they only want to hear their own voice. And some of them, keep having these old Negroes, and some are just haters. Some are just, don't want to see you rise above them, because I'm younger. And so there's this black male, alpha male, old Negro male dynamic where they want to stick with their little age group when their own age group is not bringing no real relevant practical knowledge. And you would think that these so-called black conscious outlets would have, supported the Black Friday film screening, right? You would have thought that. You would have thought. But these Negroes, they dumbing you down. Especially that one in Baltimore on that 1590, that scrub. So I don't have no time for these folks dumbing you fake hoteppers, you fake so-called conscious people down. They don't have any solutions for us as a people. Anytime you ignore the most relevant documentary of the decade, Black Friday, and the screening that we did in Prince George's County just yesterday, you're not truly conscious. You're not truly about our people. You're not truly about awakening our people. So I'm saying that for those that truly want consciousness, I'm the only one right now. Me and my people, those that show up, those that support, we the only ones, certainly in the DMV, bringing, serious conscious knowledge, bringing serious scholars and builders and thinkers, those with a proven track record, not just those that want to show up in a dashiki, and beat on some drums and talk about Africa, or, some that want to try to tell you how to raise your children when you can pick up a damn book and learn how to raise your children your damn self. So I know some of you, you're used to that. You're used to having someone teach you how to raise your children, and you just think that that's normal. So that's what I want to say for those that are ready to go to a next level. I'll just say that, these folks that are out here who are put in place, and who lack knowledge, they're not seriously searching for the right knowledge for our people, for our community. So they're actually dumbing us down. So I just want to say, stay connected to the Success Scholar. And when I think about it, sometimes I probably would have did better, on some levels, going to, white media. I mean, because there's really not no damn difference between the white media, so-called conscious hoteppers, on radio and on video, all over. That they disconnected. They not getting the right intel. They not connecting to the right people. And so they ain't putting in no real work. They ain't showing up at the right places, and they ain't getting the right knowledge. So I'm just making it plain for you all that keep listening to these leaders out here, that they ain't showing up like the Success Scholar. They not making no connections to the right people, and they ain't building on anything. They just want to keep you showing up. I went to an event, and the brother, the one guy, since I had on something that looked like similar to one of the speakers, they thought I was him. I was like, man, you don't even know what the speaker. You just come like an addict. Just come in like an addict, just like, you shut your such. I ain't gonna say the person's name, but people just showing up like they just got off of some drug or something. Feel good rhetoric is what I call it. The talking, rap and clap sessions is what I call some of these talks, some of these discussions that go on. So I'm saying we're gonna build an alternative media, an alternative to the alternative, an alternative to the alternative. So stop being dumbed down by these fake alternative news stations and videos that are dumbing you down, that's trying to ignore the the unprecedented, intelligent work that the Success Scholar is putting in. Yeah, so they don't want you to know. And some of you, some so immature, and you don't go anywhere. You hang around broke and poor people all the time, so you just assume I'm not somebody relative, because the so-called conscious gods, the Hotep hustlers, didn't raise my hand and tell you, like the slaves that some of you are, like the followers and groupies that some of you are, that he crazy or look at him. No, I just had to reinvent myself, because I saw that these folks, you'll end up poor, and then you'll end up poor, unhealthy, looking all crazy like them, and I'm not going to end up like that. No, I'm going to win. I'm going to win the true freedom movement. So I'm just going to keep on building. I'm not going to end up destitute, end up a groupie, end up giving somebody a bunch of money and no product. I got intelligence. I'm a thinker. I'm a reader, and that's what we need. We need to push a reading movement. But I know we still have high levels of illiteracy. So people, would rather listen to somebody yell on radio or somebody talk loud on YouTube. You'd rather not pick up a book and read and think for yourself. So I'm saying there's no difference right now. What I'm saying, particularly those that I've helped, so-called black conscious radios, and they did absolutely nothing to the promotion of this film, selfish as they want to be. And I've promoted things that I didn't get a direct return on investment, over the years. I didn't get a direct return on investment. And so when I see folk always got their hand out trying to, I don't know what they doing, go buy some, good consumer products or something on the backs of our people, not expanding the knowledge of our people by exposing them to, more progressive thinkers and readers and people that have, that study different things, And that's what I'm saying. I have a library bigger than many of these so-called speakers out here. So, I'm not going to be impressed by you went to some school and maybe got all kind of student loan debt. So you're trying to hustle the people to get money to pay down your student loan debt. And many people, dumb, deaf, and blind, they think this is acceptable. They think this is an acceptable way to, just keep showing up your hard-earned money, and you show up year after year after year to the so-called conscious lecture, or go watch the conscious movie, or listen to the conscious radio station. When they not going to another level. I've seen enough. They're not going to take you to another level. Anytime you're ignoring the work of the Success Scholar, you ain't really about our people, really, at this time. So I'm just laying it out. Ain't nobody has studied and moved more strategically than myself. So I'm not gonna allow for you, and for those that haven't subscribed yet, those who haven't connected the dots to the Success Scholar, they just keeping us enslaved. They just keeping our people enslaved. So I don't need to take a second fiddle at this time to anybody. That's just how it's going to be. I put in the relevant work, and I'm not trying to claim I'm in some high level or whatever, but I've studied the relevant teachings. That's what make me more relevant. because I've studied the right things and I connected to the right people and I have options. I'm not going to let these Hotep hustlers, destroy this real movement that I helped build, that I put many of these people on platforms, right? So it's time for those real builders out here to expand and connect and share with the Success Scholar. And so options are opening up anyway. Opportunities are opening up because I paid my dues on many different levels, many levels that